Hello and welcome to this video on Bazi Conflict Resolution, how to neutralize the dog and the dragon clash. Now, before I go forward, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Jayashree Bose and I'm a consultant, author and teacher. My tools are Feng Shui, Bazi, Zuri, I Ching and Chimen. I've been a consultant since 2001 and yep, you heard that correct. That's nearly 2 decades plus that I've been practicing Chinese metaphysics. So without wasting any time, let's get into how to neutralize the dog and the dragon clash. So first, what we are going to do is find out what does it mean and what relationship or which relationships and aspects of our lives it will affect, the clash will affect, various solutions to negate the clash, and what you need to do, or rather the actions you need to take. So before we proceed, we are going to need your Bazi chart. If you already have your Bazi chart, you can continue watching. If you don't, then just pause this video, visit this link and get your Bazi chart. The link is also in the description below, so you can just copy and paste it in your browser and get your Bazi chart. So the link is www.tiandirenacademy.com/Bazi-calculator-app. You will need to register and then log in and get your chart. Okay, it's free registration, but you need to register to get your chart. So now that you have your Bazi chart, let's look at what does the dog and dragon clash entail. So the dog and dragon clash is basically a movement clash. What is a movement clash? Well, there's a lot of changes. Changes can be home change, office change. You move from one country to the other or one place to another. You move between states, you move between cities. You are never at one place. You're continuously moving. So it means that you are going to go through some kind of movement, some kind of changes. It also indicates bodily harm. It can be to your back, chest, ankles, or feet. So if you already have issues related to these body parts, do take care of them. Now, movement is not bad as such, but what happens is that you are not going with the flow. In the sense, you don't want to move, and you are resisting it, and that's the reason you will face issues while you're going around around different places. Okay, now which aspect of your life it's going to affect and which relationships it's going to affect? Well, here it is. If you find the dog, now this being 2024, the year of the dragon, we are looking at the dog only. I will show you a couple of examples in a few minutes, but just understand this. If you find the dog in your year pillar, it's going to affect your social network, your business network, your ancestors, the social circle, and a market. All right. Now, your relationship within your social circle, you could suffer from relationship issues there, or you could have relationship issues with your grandparents, or you could have relationship issues with your super boss, or there could be some issues within your company or your firm which affects you. If your dog animal sign is in the month pillar, then your work life, your work environment, these things could change. Maybe it's an office change, or maybe your cubicle could change, or wherever you're sitting, that place could change. Now, your relationship with your parents, your siblings, your seniors, or your boss could suffer or undergo changes as well. Now, if your animal sign, if the dog animal sign is in the day pillar, then you could have health issues. At the same time, there could be residential changes. It could be renovation, construction, extension, or maybe you're just moving houses. It represents, since the day represents the self, there will be changes within yourself, okay? Physical changes. Your relationship with your spouse could be affected, or anybody you live with could be affected. Now, if the dog animal sign is in the hour pillar, then it will affect your investments, it could affect your thinking, it could affect your inner desires. At the same time, it could affect your sex life and also the relationship with your children, your employees, your juniors. These could be affected if the dog is in the hour pillar. Now, all these effects are just temporary, okay, just temporary for 1 year. And when will you feel the brunt of it? Well, it will be somewhere around April, which is this month, and October. These are the 2 months you need to be extra cautious and extra careful while you're dealing with the people. Let's say Okay, let me show you a few examples instead of just me talking, yeah? Just a second. All right, so in this case, you see, we find the dog animal sign. How do we know this is the dog animal sign? It's written dog over here. So where are you looking in your Bazi chart? You're looking at the branch. All right, this is where we are paying attention to at this moment. And we look for the dog. Now we find the dog in the hour pillar. It's written, how do we know this is hour? This is hour pillar. It's written over here. And when I say pillar, I mean this box. Okay. When I say branch, I just mean this. Okay. Like it's written dog, it's written horse. These are all earthly branches. Ox, rooster. So in this case, there's a clash between the dog and 2024. You see, 2024 is the year of the dragon. So which means this particular individual or person is going to have issues with their children or with their employees or juniors. Chances are high the employees or juniors might just quit. So you need to have backup ready. All right. And at the same time, what else could happen? Well, your investments could change, your inner thinking, the way you think could change, and it's not a comfortable change. A clash is never a comfortable change. It's not something you do happily. So probably you'll go through some inner conflict, and then the way you think is going to change, your inner desires are going to change, and definitely you're going to have some changes in your sex life. Okay, good or bad? Well, for that, I'll have to look at your Bazi chart. But for right now, you just know that these are the things that will change and how you can overcome it, because in a couple of minutes, I'll be sharing that. In this particular chart, you see the individual is in the month pillar. Yeah, this is the month. This is the month. Okay, and this is the entire pillar. So this is the dog animal sign is in the month. The dog animal sign is in the month. And there is the clash between 2024. 2024, like I said, is the year of the dragon. So there's a clash between the dragon and the dog. Okay, in the month pillar. Now, what does the month pillar represent? It represents your work environment. It represents your work life. So some changes in your career. Or it could also be that your office is changing, or wherever you're sitting, the position has changed. Or it could also mean that your super boss is, sorry, your boss is changing, not your super boss, your boss is changing. Your relationship with your boss could suffer. Your relationship with your parents and your siblings also could undergo certain changes. Okay, basically, this is extended family. Family which doesn't live with you. Family which lives with you is in your day pillar, which I'll show later. Now, in this case, the dog, we find the dog in the year pillar. Now, in the year pillar, it represents your social life or your social network, your business network, your business market, as in whatever industry you are in, the market. Okay. So here, if you find the dog, that means there are going to be changes in those aspects. It also means your company and your firm. So it means that some changes are happening in your company and firm. It could be the social image of your company and the firm. It also represents your grandparents. So certainly some issues of relationship changes with your grandparents. Now, if this is the case, I would also say look into your grandparents' health. Okay. Now we come here. Now in this case, we find the dog animal sign in the day pillar. It's written day over here. Okay. It's written day. So in the day branch, this is a branch. Okay. In the day branch, we find the dog. Now, when you find the dog in the day branch, it indicates you've got issues in your marital life. Okay. You've got issues with your spouse, or it could be health issues. So you need to take care of your health. Which areas of the health you need to take care? Feet, ankle, chest, and back. Okay. It can also indicate water retention because dragon is water. It holds water inside. Now, where could it occur? It could be water in your lungs also. Okay, so you need to be careful regarding that. And at the same time, it represents communication with others, your in a way, your inner thoughts, your physical self. So you could be accident prone. So you need to take care of while you are driving or while you're traveling so that, you don't fall sick or you don't have an accident. All right. Now, in this case, now let me say, in this case, if you're married and if you want to save your marriage and you don't want to have issues with your spouse, then the best way to handle this is keep shut. Okay, that's the best way. That's what I tell my clients always. Keep shut. Okay, watch TV. Do not engage. Do not engage in any sort of confrontation with your spouse. All right. Otherwise, if let's say you are going to be uh, at the paying end. Okay, it's not your spouse who's going to pay. It's you who's going to pay because ultimately it's the clash is in your chart. All right. So keep shut. Watch TV. All right. Okay. Now, how do we overcome this clash? Well, there are several ways to overcome this, but in the chart, you need to find the rat animal sign, the monk, okay, do note it is an or, not an or the monkey animal sign, or the rooster animal sign. I'll just show you a couple of examples here. Now, in this chart where you see there's a clash in the hour, but this person has a monkey animal sign in the luck pillar, okay, in the luck pillar, and also in the year. Okay, they have a rooster. This person has a rooster in the year. So this step is finding the solution. Next step, I'll explain how you can use the solution. Okay, so now do take note that in this case, we have a rooster and a monkey in this chart. All right, now in this chart, we have the rat. You can see, one second, let me just change the color of my pen. Here is the rat, okay, and we also have a monkey. So we don't need both. It's or. So we need to find either a monkey or a rat or a rooster in the chart, okay? Can it be in the luck pillar? Yes, it can be in the luck pillar. Now, the second solution is supposing, let's say you don't have the rat or the monkey or the rooster. Then we look at the second solution. In the chart, you need to find tiger and, it is not an or, and rabbit. Okay. So in this case, like you see, we have the tiger and the rabbit together over here. The rabbit, okay. Over here it's written, and over here it's written tiger. Where are you looking? You're looking at the branches. Do remember that. You're looking at the branches. You're finding the rabbit, you're finding the tiger. Okay. Now, do they need to next to be each other? It's better if they are, but in the case they aren't, they can be away also. But you need to have both tiger and rabbit. In the previous case, it was just either monkey or rat or rooster. In this case, we need the tiger and the rabbit. In the case you don't have monkey, rooster, or rat. Okay. So now we have tiger and we have rabbit. Okay, they're not together, they are away, and there's a clash here. We can already see there's a clash here, dragon and dog. But in the chart, we have the tiger and the rabbit. How you will use them? Next step. First, you need to find which are the solutions you need to look for. Okay, now let's say you don't have the tiger, you don't have the monkey, you don't have the rooster, you don't have the rat, and also you don't have the tiger and the rabbit. Now, the third solution is you need to find Gang Yang metal or Sin Yin metal or Jia Yang wood. Okay, so it is Gang Yang metal, Sin Yin metal, or Jia Yang wood. These are the three things you need to find in the chart. In the chart. Okay, so where do you look for now? Now it changes a little bit. You have to look on the stem side. Okay, the top portion. Like I said, this is a pillar. Okay. Previously, we were looking at branches. Where do you find your dog? You find it in the branch. Where do you find the dragon? In the branch. Where do you find rat, rooster, or monkey, or tiger, or rabbit? In the branch. But now we are moving to the stem. Let's say you don't have any of those. Let's say you don't have the monkey, or the rooster, or the rat, and you don't have tiger and rabbit. Then we look at the stems. So we need to find yang wood. In the stems, you will find it's written yang wood, it's written yin metal and yang metal. Now you will see I've skipped this yin metal. Yeah, I've skipped this yin metal. Why? Well, you do not count the day master. This is known as day master. For absolute beginners, this is known as day master. So whatever comes in the stem of this day, which is also known as day stem or day master, we do not count that. We count the hour stem, the month stem, the year stem. These are known as stems. Okay. So you need to find yang wood, yin metal, or yang metal. Now, somebody might ask, will the luck pillar stem do? Yes, it will do. Okay, but lesser effect. Better if it's in the natal chart. Okay, all right. So now we look at another example. In this case, we have yin metal. Again, we are looking at the stems, and we are looking for either yin metal, yang wood, or yang metal. So in this case, we find yin metal and yang wood in the chart itself. This is the natal chart. Year, month, day, hour is known as natal chart. This is known as the luck pillar. The phases we go through is known as luck pillar. So, and we find the yang metal in the luck pillar. Okay. So in this example, we have the yang metal, the yang wood, and yin metal. All three are present. Do you need all three? Not really. It's just that in the examples, in the sample charts, all three are present. Even one will do. It can be sin yin metal, gang yang metal, or jia yang wood. Okay. Now, what do you do after you find those? You find the 10 gods associated with your solution. Okay, for some of you right now, it must be like, what's 10 gods? Are they spirits, deities I need to pray to? No, 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 no. They are just stars. Okay, in Bazi, the stars are known as 10 gods. One of the names is just the name. Okay, so you have to find the 10 gods associated with your solution. So the 10 gods are friend, which is marked as F, is friend. Then you have rob wealth, which is RW, HO, which is hurting officer, EG, which is eating god, DW, which is direct wealth, IW, which is indirect wealth, DO, which is direct officer, 7K, which is 7 killings, DR, which is direct resource, and IR, which is indirect resource. Okay, so each of them have a meaning. Now, when we look into the sample chart, you will see, this is the same example which I had shown you previously, where we have the tiger and the rabbit. Okay, now below the tiger, you see there's something known as the hidden stems. Okay, now below the rabbit, you will see there's written IW in English. There is DW written in English. There is IW written in English. Now, IW means indirect wealth. DW means direct wealth. Okay. Now, over here we see EG, which is eating god, and DW, which is direct wealth. In this case, it is the branches we are looking at. Now, when you see three of them written, you will always take the one in the center or one which is written big. In this case, you see, one second, let me just clear this. You will see there's DW, DR, DO. Three of them are written, but we are only concerned with the DW, which is in the center. Okay, so if three of them are written, you will just pick the central one. All right. Now, in this case, again, you will see there is EG. There is EG, IW, and F written below the monkey. You will see EG is in the center, IW is on the right-hand side, and F is on the left. So we are looking at EG. Okay. And here we are looking at DW. Right. Now, when you're looking at the stems, remember I said these stems also work. So when you're looking at the stems, in the corner you will find IW written or DR. In this case, there's DR written and there's DW. So IW is basically indirect wealth. DR is direct resource. DW is direct wealth. All right, let's do another example. So we have direct wealth. Again, we have DW, we have friend, and we have rob wealth. Okay, RW is rob wealth. So for the stems, you will be looking at the top. You will be looking at the top. It will be written on the top. Whereas for the branches, you will be looking at the hidden stems. Okay, I know for some of you, this can be quite a bit. So then you will have to watch it once and then watch the replay and maybe make notes or take notes. All right. Okay. Now for the actions or the activity you need to do or the actions you need to take. So if it is a friend and a Robwell star or a Robwell star, so for a friend star, you need to do teamwork and collaborations. You need to learn deal making. If you don't know how to, do deals or do make deals or, put two people together and be in between. So if you don't know how to do that, learn how to do that. Okay. Then you have to network and practice empathy. So once you do these actions, you have activated the friend star, which is also your mitigating factor between the dragon and the dog clash. Okay, that's how you neutralize it. First, we find the clash, then we find the solutions in the chart, and then we take the actions related to the solutions or related to the 10 gods. Okay, so now if we have rob wealth in the chart, if the solution that you have is related to RW or rob wealth, you learn how to leverage. Okay, it could be financial leverage, it could be talent leverage, it could be HR leverage. You learn how to leverage. Okay, entertain others. Now, I'm not saying, become a comedian or a stand-up comedian, but entertaining others is also an art. Okay, you need to learn how to entertain others. Networking, again, important, and be charismatic. Okay, a lot of people lack charisma. You need to develop your charisma. If RW is the 10 gods you have. Now, HO or hurting officer, if that's your solution, then put yourself in the forefront and be seen. Learn how to talk. If you don't know how to talk, if you stutter and stammer and you really don't know how to talk without looking at a slide or without being boring, so then learn how to talk. Go for public speaking and learn how to talk. Personal branding becomes important for you. Be different, be fast. Don't spend time thinking. Hurting officer is not a thinker. The hurting officer star is a doer. Okay, so be different and be fast. Create using others' input. Now, hurting officer is creative. Now, okay, music-wise, let me give you an example. The difference is Elvis Presley and Mozart. Mozart wrote his symphony and played it. Elvis Presley, well, he just did rock and roll. Anybody who is just playing, okay, basically you are creative, but someone else is writing the lyrics. In music sense, you are not the composer, okay, you are the singer. If you look in the music world, difference between hunting officer and eating god. There are a lot of people who just sing. They have a good voice, they sing, but they are not the lyricists, neither are they the composers. Eating god people are the composers, the lyricists, the ones who make the music. Hurting officer is ones who performs. Okay, so hurting officer is a performer, eating god is the creator. All right, that's the difference. So therefore, hurting officer needs to create using other people's input. Now, eating god, you go into storytelling, you come up with strategies, you design and implement your plans, you become creative. Okay, so storytelling again is a big thing nowadays. Copywriting is another thing which you can do. Okay, design and implement your plans. Problem with eating god is they don't follow deadlines. So you got to follow deadlines as well. Now, the next star we are looking at is IW and DW. DW is direct wealth, so you got to manage your finances. Okay, if you have DW as your solution, you got to delegate tasks, start regular investments and savings. You got to be organized. And if it is IW, then it represents marketing and sales, business development, investments, and taking risks. Of course, calculated risks. All right. Now, direct officer is someone who's monotonous. Now, monotony is not bad. Monotony is not bad. In fact, it keeps most things running. So basically, when I say monotonous, it means do the same thing at the same time every day. It can be as simple as having your breakfast at the same time every day, or having the same breakfast every day. Okay, or having, practicing or learning metaphysics every day at the same time. So direct officer is basically monotonous. It's the same thing every day at the same time. And then build or improve systems and processes. Now, in case you don't have any systems and processes, then maybe it's time you made some, SOPs and got it into your company or firm. SOPs is basically standard operating procedures. So something which can be, repeatable. So you build your systems and processes, or if you don't have them, if you have them already, then improve on them. Operation management, and then follow rules and regulation. Now, if your solution box is 7 killings, do first, think later. Yeah, that's my term for 7 killings. It's like Nike, just do it. Okay, think later. Okay, so that's 7 killings. You solve problems, you lead by example, and you be persistent. It doesn't matter what shit comes your way, you just be persistent. Okay. Now, if the solution box is the direct resource or the indirect resource, for the direct resource, you got to think first, analyze, and then take action. And of course, for direct resource, it is also education. Enroll for a course, or go for higher education. You can also learn, metaphysics if you want. Now, direct resource is all about data, facts, and figures. So you need to look into your data, facts, and figures, and you also need to do planning. Direct resource is also about planning and going forward. You should, like I said, think first, analyze, and then take action. Seven killings is just the opposite. Do first and then think later. Okay. Now, indirect resource is study trends and patterns. Think big picture. Indirect resource people or when you look at it, if you're looking at the 10 profiles, then indirect resource people are the ones who plan cities, city planning, town planning. These are indirect resource. Okay. So think big picture, think out of the box. All right. Study or practice metaphysics or spirituality. Now, if you're not inclined to study metaphysics, you can also hire people who practice metaphysics to give you solutions for your problems. Okay. And be observant. So that's it for this video. I hope you liked watching it. So do click on the like button and do subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon so that you're reminded every time we release a new video. Thank you for watching and thank you for being here. And if you were confused a bit during the video, then you can replay it and watch it again. So thank you for watching. See you in the next video.